Hello, and how are we all doing, my great smelling people? Welcome back. Yes, you've seen the title and you've seen the thumbnail. I've managed to secure one. This is an exclusive first look at the brand new Gucci release, and I've been wearing it for the past couple of days. Out in the wild at work, getting to know it a little bit, understanding its behaviour, its performance, scent profile, the lot. But I would still consider this a first impressions. Only a couple of days of wear, but this is a good one, guys. This is a good one. So if you're at all interested in what my thoughts are about this new Gucci release, then stick around.
Smelling great won't get you a date, but you have no class if you smell it like ass. Wanna smell good and wanna smell nice. Stay tuned for the bald guy's advice.
Yeah, welcome back to the channel, guys. Thanks for clicking on view. If an unbiased opinion from an average lad is what you're after, then you've come to the right place.
This is a safe space.
So Gucci Guilty Elixir, very good fragrance. I have it right here. Absolutely beautiful. Very much in that sort of Reflection Man scent profile sort of style, you know. Bright white florals, powdery, soapy, bit metallic, really strong, lasts a long time. If you're interested in compliments, something that'll get you them, especially from the ladies. My missus absolutely loves this, but she likes that sort of DNA, so it's no surprise really. Some say it's like a Reflection slash PDM Pegasus sort of hybrid. I get the nod to Pegasus with the metallic sort of nature. You know, it does sort of remind you of parts of that fragrance, but it's more similar to Reflection Man, in my opinion. Signature scent worthy, yes, you know, definitely can be worn all year round. It's a great fragrance, a really good fragrance, niche sensibilities. I love it when designers do that, a break away from what's being regurgitated again and again and again from these designer houses, you know. Just seems to be, you know, throw some popular notes in the pot, give it a mix, and out pops your next agreeable flanker. But not true with this. Certainly different from all of the Gucci Guilties that came before it, and really was a bit of a, you know, I wouldn't say maybe game changer, but definitely shook up the releases of that year, designer wise at least. So when I heard about this one, I was very excited, although it didn't say Elixir. So I was unsure when I heard it was going to be released. I was unsure what it was going to be a flanker of. Obviously, it had the Guilty name, so it's within the Guilty line. But when it didn't say Elixir, like Elixir Absolu or Elixir Forever or whatever.
I beg your pardon?
Rainy, rainy. I'm switching the words around. Get with the lingo.
But then I seen the bottle, and I knew it was, you know, same sort of shape. It was green, different sort of shade though. But here it is. Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. Tester. And on the back it says not for sale. I have a friend who has friends. So this is for demonstration purposes and promotional purposes, I guess. More demonstration purposes. Doesn't even come with a proper cap. It's got one of these little plastic jobbies. I'll have to secure a real cap at some point because that will just annoy the life out of me. But here's the bottle, at least. As you can see there. I know the camera, the light will be reflecting like crazy there, but, you know, sort of similar to the, well, definitely similar in shape at least to the original Guilty Elixir, but a different sort of hue, and it's got like a gradient going from dark to still a dark green even at the bottom, and black atomizer with a black cap if you get a cap. Now then, the important part, how does it smell? So let's address the similarity to what it is obviously a flanker of, the Guilty Elixir. Do you need to like Guilty Elixir in order to like ABSOLU de Parfum? Not necessarily. It's very much dependent on, if you do dislike that, what do you dislike about it? If it's the orange blossom sort of powdery, white floral, soapy punch to the face, then you're not going to like this.
I am not ready for this.
Because it carries that. But if it's the somewhat sharp, well, I wouldn't even say somewhat, if it's the sharp metallic nature of the way that it greets your nose holes, then there still might be a chance that you like this, because this is smoothed out. This is super smooth in comparison. I've sprayed both. I do still love that a lot though. But even after a couple of wearings, a couple of days of wearing, I think I might even prefer this. There's an additional note of liquor or rum or something like that. I think we've got like a 3-note breakdown. It will have a lot more than that, obviously. I tell you what, I'm going to have a look. 1 second. Yeah, so it's orange blossom, chili pepper and rum. It does smell boozy. And you do get the spice. So, obviously, like I said, there's more to it than that, you know? It'll have a lot of, not all, but it'll have a lot of the listed notes that are listed with the guilty elixir there. You know, pimento and orris, and you've got like, if you've got a popping axe or something like that in the base, there's definitely elemi resin, vanilla and things like that, you know? I'm not sure how many of those notes transition over into this release, but it's definitely that DNA. But as I say, not as metallic, not as sharp, not as aggressive, but it's not a weak fragrance. It's definitely strong in terms of its longevity, you know? I was getting wafts of this at work 7 or 8 hours after application. It's still pumping off the clothes that I was wearing yesterday at work. By the way, excuse me if I look really tired. I was on a night shift last night. I couldn't wait to get this out. I wanted 2 days of wear, and then I wanted to tell you guys all about it. Yeah, it's a smoothened out, it's like more refined, if a scent can be refined, version of that. And it's sweeter. That addition of the rum will help with that, you know? You do get, yes, I guess you do get a little bit of that spice, but if you didn't look at the notes, you probably wouldn't make the connection to chili pepper, you know? This is definitely the more sharper, more metallic, more crisp.
Feels nice and crisp.
This is so good, man. It's so good. So good, honestly, guys. If you've smelled the original, then my explanation will probably paint a good picture, you know? Just imagine that. Slightly less sharp. This isn't metallic at all in nature. No, it isn't. It isn't. It's really, really good though. Contender for best designer release of the year. Definitely better than the YSL ABSOLU that I reviewed a couple of weeks ago. It rivals Terre d'Hermès de Parfum Intense. Yeah. Yeah. And I think I prefer it to that. And I love that a lot. 9.25 out of 10. Yeah. Anything that gets over a 9 is good. Is more than good. It's great. It's excellent.
Well, this is just fan-freaking-tastic.
You know? And I guess there's nothing wrong with those generic regurgitated scent profiles for people who just want 1 or 2 fragrances in their collection, and it's easy for them to just walk into a shop, smell something. I like that. I'm going to have it. I'm going to wear it. That's going to be the thing that I use to smell good. Fine. They serve a purpose. You know, the majority of the people out there that are buying fragrances aren't like us weirdos. But at the minute, definitely designer releases, there need to be something. There need to be something different. There need to be something that excites me. There need to be something, you know, that isn't regular. And that wasn't. And because this is just a flanker of that, but done in the right way, you know, it is definitely not redundant to have both at all. Not in my opinion anyway. Definitely not. Serve a different purpose. This just feels deeper, darker, sweeter, more well-rounded, smoother, and it smells different, you know, with that booze. And whether it's the takeaway of what makes that metallic that makes this sweeter, or whether it's the addition of the booze, maybe even, I know vanilla isn't listed, but it's probably there. Amber as well, you know, they might be pumped up, and I would imagine they are. The addition of the rum isn't gonna go towards making this as sweet as it is. And it's not a sweet fragrance, it's just sweeter than that by a good stretch. That's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. It might be the best designer release of the year for me. Like I say, 9.25. Absolutely quality. Don't know when it's going to be officially released. I'm assuming it's soon, because I managed to get this. Much like the Boss Bottle Beyond, when I got that, it was available about like 4 or 5 weeks after. So perhaps the same story here. Get your nose on it when you're able to. And if you like Gucci Guilty Elixir, and you like the idea of something a bit more for, you know, nighttime, date night, you know, something just smoother, sweeter, a bit more, I would say it is more subtle actually, but it's not weak. I just mean it's not as much of a punch to the face as that can be. You could probably get away with spraying more. It's fantastic. Really, really is. Yeah, I was excited about this, and it's actually better than I thought it might be. Yeah. It's getting bombed on for Grantica, by the way. I think it's got a rating like 3.3, but I think almost everybody that's left some sort of comment on there definitely hasn't smelled it. So ignore that. Fantastic, guys. My seal of approval, 9.25. Might even prefer it to that. I'll know more when I wear it a bit more. Fantastic release from Gucci. Get your nose in it when you can. So that'll do from me for today, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in once again. And like I always say, if you've enjoyed this video, smash that like button down there. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're already subscribed, make sure you hit that bell notification icon down there so that you can be notified next time I upload some scented nonsense. So until next time, guys, stay safe, keep smelling good, and I'll see you again. Take care.